Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. First project of the day. I'm getting motivated with a little help from the Green Lady. I'm not drinking the Green Lady's coffee. I'm just using her container. This is Aldi's Colombian roast. Okay. Last video, I had cleaned the carb on this thing. We had started it. The little brass pin here was off when I first got this thing. I put a screw in there to connect the stainless steel linkage. So what happened with this is it would start fine, but after a while the engine would cut out and skip and then catch itself and then run for a little longer and then cut out. I took off the recoil and the cover and readjusted the coil. Started it again, same issue, it would cut out. So now I'm working on the carb. Remove the carb. I have replaced the carb with an original Kohler Huey. It's got a brand new carburetor on it. I got this off of the Big Jungle Company from a company called Everest Parts. The part number on this is the 14853-55. Yeah, I think I got 3 or 4 of them because they were like 12 or 13 bucks. I've had them for about a year now, and this is the first one I believe I've installed. Everest Parts on Amazon. I believe they're in Sarasota County, Florida. They're not too far from my location. So if we have luck with this, if it's not skipping, I'll throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner. I may have missed something. I did the slow jet, clean that out. And the main jet, took out the emulsion tube. So I don't know. We still may have a skip, who knows. So let's finish putting this thing back together. I put all my linkages back on. I didn't remove the recoil this time around. I did all my work from here. There's 2 Torx screws, the Torx 20 to remove this bracket so you can bring the carburetor out. So I made a list of things. The main issues with this thing I showed you in the other video, both cables. Self-propelled cable is broken now. The safety brake cable is intact but very rusty, needs to be replaced. I did the oil change because there was no oil in this thing, or barely any oil in it when I got it. And the blade needs attention after this. So hopefully this cures the running issue. If not, I need you guys to guide me. Maybe valve adjustment next. But I figured if it was valves, it would be a constant miss and not a haphazard miss. So could it be a wonky coil? We're going to find out if it's carb or something else here in a minute. Okay, linkages are still moving. Got somebody coming out for a baby 20, and then somebody from Venice, Florida that wants to bring maybe a couple mowers to either trade or fix. So I got to see what that deal's all about. Not sure yet on that one. I'll have to assess the situation at the proper time. Okay, that should be good enough just to start it. Okay, okay, plug wire was off. I must have removed that when I was messing with the coil originally. Okay, let's try this. See what it does or doesn't do. I got to get a clip for the bail bar. Move it up on the concrete so I'm not spraying sand. Here we go. Okay, extremely smoky. It was cutting out intermittently, but a lot better than it was with the original carb. It would cut out for a second or two and then catch itself. With this carb, it's only dying off for milliseconds and then catching itself, burning a lot of oil. I figured the oil change would help it. It's still burning a shitload of oil. So this thing may be a cheap out the door, no guarantee. I still have to service the two cables, like I said, and I got to service the front wheel drive, oil up the transmission. So this thing isn't going to be a super good deal. I'll make a couple of bucks on it, but it's not going to be a home run deal. I'll have to sell it cheap just due to the fact it's smoking pretty bad. So engine damage most likely, running it with very little oil in it. May need rings or a valve job. I'm not going to get into it that much. I could take the overhead valve off and just make sure the valves are set properly, but I wouldn't do a valve job. I'd just check valve lash. Anyway, so that's the story on this. We made it a little better, but we didn't bring it back to 100%. I'll send it out the door with this new carb. They were only 12 or 13 bucks. I'll clean this one up and save it for another project. I'll ultrasonic clean this one, mark the box, and it'll be ready to go for another job. There you go. Everest products. I don't know if it's Everest mower products or Everest outdoor products. I just know it's Everest. They have a picture of a mountain as their logo. Maybe I'll put a link below to their Amazon page. They have everything outdoor power equipment related. The OEM carbs were the same price as Chinese knockoff carburetors, so I just went with OEM. They're marked Kohler and they're marked Huawei, so they are OEM carbs. I got a couple left for other projects. They give you 2 gaskets. Spilling gas here. They give you the bigger gasket between the carb and the block, and then they give you the smaller gasket between the carb and the air filter backing plate, if I can get it out of the box. 2 filters and the carburetor. That deal was a year ago. I'm sure right now the price has gone up. They're not 12 or 13 bucks. I haven't checked, but anyway, continue to tip your waitress and wait staff. I'm going to dig up cables for this thing, do the blade, front end lubrication, rear wheels, lubricate those with some grease, and put this in the cheap self-propelled lot. Have a good day today. Thanks for coming out. Figured I'd give you a little update on what we found with this, so now you know. Have a good day.